What I love most about football is that it never lets you write the ending early. You think you know how a story goes, you watch it for years, and then the story does something nobody saw coming. Lionel Messi's story did that once already, in Qatar in 2022. But what he is attempting right now, at 38 years old, at his 6th and final World Cup, is something different entirely. And I don't think most people have stopped to truly understand what it would mean if he pulls it off. Here's the thing about Messi and the World Cup that nobody ever says clearly enough. Think about it. This man arrives at his first World Cup at 18 years old, comes off the bench, scores a goal, and immediately the entire world decides he is the chosen one. The next Maradona, the kid who is going to carry Argentina to glory. And then, for the next 16 years, the World Cup just keeps breaking him in different ways. South Africa 2010, he's the best player alive, the whole squad is built around him, he doesn't score once in the knockout rounds, and the whispers start. Brazil 2014, he responds, he single-handedly drags Argentina to the final and still loses. Stands on the podium collecting the golden ball for best player while his team lost the only trophy that counted. That image, Messi holding an individual award, becomes the argument against him for years. Great, but not a winner. And then Russia 2018, Argentina barely qualify, the team is a mess, and Messi walks off the pitch, not ending with a trophy, not ending with a goal, just a quiet walk down a tunnel in Russia, while Mbappe announces himself as the future on the other side of the pitch. 4 World Cups, 16 years, the greatest player in the history of the sport, and the one thing football demanded of its true greats kept finding a way to escape him. That's the weight, not failure. And this is where the story becomes something nobody has ever done before. He had everything. The trophy, the golden ball, the tears of joy after years of tears of something else entirely. The redemption arc football had been building for 2 decades, completed, sealed, delivered. He could have retired the most beloved player in the history of the sport. Story perfectly told, legacy untouchable, nothing left to prove to anyone on earth. Instead, at 38 years old, he came back. He already holds the record for most World Cup appearances, most minutes, most matches played. No number he could add now changes what he already is. He came back because some part of him looked at what repeating would mean, what no team has done in 64 years. Because here's the thing nobody talks about. No team has won back-to-back World Cups since Brazil in 1958 and 1962. The tournament has grown, the competition has deepened. And the weight that defending champions carry, the target on their back, the impossible standard of what came before, breaks almost every team that tries. Messi knows all of this, and he came back anyway. So let's say he does it. Let's say Argentina navigate this tournament. 48 teams, 7 games, the longest road in World Cup history. What has actually happened? He will have won it twice. As captain, as the best player in both tournaments, at 35 and at 38, something Maradona never did, something Ronaldo, Zidane, Cruyff, Beckenbauer, none of them, across careers spanning decades, ever came close to doing. But the number that truly stops me is not the trophies, it's the years. Messi made his World Cup debut in 2006. He turns 39 during this tournament. If Argentina reached that final on July 19th, that is 20 years, almost to the month, from that first substitute appearance as a teenager in Germany. 20 years, 6 World Cups, 1 country. One dream that refused to die even when everyone watching assumed it had. And here is the detail that separates 2026 from 2022 in a way I don't think people have fully felt yet. In Qatar, Messi was winning something he desperately needed. There was hunger in it. The release of 16 years of carrying something too heavy for any one person. If he wins this one, he doesn't need it. He is choosing it. Coming back to a tournament he has already conquered, attempting something no one has done in 64 years, purely because he still believes it's possible. That is a man who, after everything, still loves football more than football has ever hurt him. It was always about meaning, about what a player represents to the people who watch them, about what you tell your children when you try to explain why football matters. And if Lionel Messi lifts that trophy on July 19th, there is no debate left. There is only one answer. And we already know his name. And some stories, the real ones, don't end where everyone expects them to. They end where they were always supposed to.